Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Let me see here, my phone. I'm on the road driving. And listen to me, there's one thing here that I notice that a lot of people get offended by. And that is when you know who you are and you know what you stand on and you're not afraid of anybody and you're not afraid to speak what's on your mind. You're not afraid to call a spade a spade. And when your message never changes, and when everything you do and you say is intentional, and you don't apologize for being yourself and for being authentic, whether they like it or not, that's the definition, their definition of arrogant. I got a quote that Deion Sanders made famous that says, don't let your insecurity confuse my confidence for arrogance. A lot of people get that twisted because as a black person, people hate themselves so much that they want to see you tuck tail. They want to see you cower. They don't want you to know who you are. But for me, see, you got to realize with the knowledge of the Lord comes a strong confidence. Like the Bible says, I believe Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7, if I ain't mistaken. If not, then it's chapter 7 verse 1. But I think it's 1 and 7. And so I'm confident in who I am. And I'm gonna tell you something. You know, it be people out there that, oh, Tony Gaskins arrogant, Tony Gaskins egotistical, and it's because they want me to be quiet. They don't want me to call nothing out. And what they don't realize is, and the crazy thing is that people think me speaking is jealousy. Like, people who jealous don't say nothing. Jealousy is quiet. Confidence is what speaks. Wisdom is what speaks. The people who jealous of you, you will never know that they jealous. And you got to really think about that and really be honest and really process. Like, what podcaster do I have to be jealous of when I'm not a podcaster? I don't have a podcast. So why would I be jealous of a podcaster? You know why I don't have a podcast? Because I don't want a job. I left my job at 27 years old to have freedom doing what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, working in my purpose. A podcast is a job. Also, a podcast is a setup for failure because you have to interview people. Unless you just gonna sit and talk by yourself all the time, you gotta interview people, and the more people you interview, the more diluted your message gets, and the more responsible you become for other people's ignorance. So that's why I don't have a podcast at this time. And when I do a podcast, it's most likely gonna be a sports podcast or something like that, or it's gonna be me sitting and talking and addressing different stuff that's going on. So to think that I'm jealous of somebody, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I call people out. The reason why I call people out is because majority of people don't have discernment, and they can't see what I could see. Also, they don't know what I know. So the reason why I don't share the stuff that I know is because I'm a life coach. And although a life coach is not a therapist, I still have a creed and a code of conduct that I operate by in my business. So out of respect and confidentiality for the women who come to me about these podcasters and tell me what these men said to them, showed to them, did to them, and all of that right there, out of respect for them, I don't tell what I know. So when I'm speaking in generalities, and I'm calling stuff out without saying this person told me this, because they didn't ask me to say, Tony, you can tell what I told you anonymously. And even the people who do that, I still don't tell it, because I don't know if they're lying and if they just trying to get back at that person because that man didn't want to be with them or whatever it was. And what I will do is, if it's something serious, something that a man could get arrested for or go to prison for, then I'll reach out to the man directly and say, hey, this right here coming across my desk, you might want to slow your roll. And this the thing, for me, my story and my life is like Apostle Paul, in the sense of, he was Saul and he was a persecutor of Christians. And then when he was renewed by God, he became a preacher of the gospel. And so when people see that I'm calling these men out, it's because they are in their grown age, in their 40s, still fornicating or adulterating or manipulating and deceiving. And so people be trying to say, oh, well, Tony, you ain't without sin. Yeah, I rededicated my life to Christ at 23. I'm not doing what they're doing in my 40s. And so these men in their 40s fornicating or adulterating or manipulating and prostulating and all of that right there, that's why I call it out, because that's my calling. Because I was out there living wild, living reckless, deceiving and using as a young man until the age of 21. And that's what y'all got to realize. Y'all be trying to tell, oh, Tony, you ain't perfect. Yeah, I retired from the game at 21 years old. Got married at 23. Freshly 23. Turned 23 a few weeks later, got married. 22 days later, got married. So we're not the same. That's why I be calling them out, because they still be playing games at 35, 40, 45 years old. And that's just ridiculous. And I give grace, but it's like it come to a point where you of age to where you know what you're doing. And ain't no excuse. They say the brain ain't even fully developed to the age of 25. I was married 2 years before that. So I'm giving grace when I let a man cross 30 years old playing in y'all face. I'm giving grace. When he crossed 35 playing in y'all face, I'm giving grace. But it comes to a point where the Lord start to convict my spirit, and I start to feel disobedient to God when I'm watching these men and I'm getting reports on these men about they double life, and they going out and they subtly. When I called out Buddy on the yellow couch, it's because he was subtly poisoning society, because he would bring on like one healthy couple and then bring on 2-3 toxic couples, and then all of these idiotic, backwards, toxic, ignorant, self-hating sound bites from these ignorant men or ignorant women started circulating all around the web. And here I am out here trying to get women to respect themselves, to love themselves. Stop letting the man cheat on you. Stop letting the man treat you like an option. Stop letting the man dog you out. And then he'll go and have a woman on the show talking about basically she got dragged down the street for years and just stayed with the man. So then that telling women, oh, I could put up with everything under the sun and stay with this man. No, you need to leave. And so that's what I'm calling out. And then buddy who do tonight's conversation, reason why I call him out is because he's not married and he's going around the country and doing events, but then meeting all these women, and what the message they was pushing was a watered down message, because he'll have a couple of women up there saying God, but then at the same event they talking about how to suck things. They talking about polyamory. They talking about, you know, all just kind of recklessness. And so now these clips going around, and he had another guy who's not married giving relationship advice. He not married giving relationship advice. And then the women was coming to me talking about these women is pick-me's giving relationship advice. And so I'm like, what is y'all doing? Like, if you gonna go out and you gonna do something, do it with some decency, do it with some respect, and make sure your messaging is positive and healthy messaging, because we black people, we done went through enough. And people talking about, oh, Tony calling him out because he jealous. And it's like, you don't think I could go tour? I have 3.5 million followers online. Real people. Never paid for those people. I got a sold out event this month that I sold it out because I chose a small ballroom, because I don't want to travel all over the world, because I'm raising my youngest son still with my wife. Our oldest son is a freshman in college. And I just don't like leaving home because I did all that. That's what a lot of people don't understand is I could still be doing that, but that's not thrilling to me. I would rather, like right now, I'm driving home from my son's soccer game. When I was touring from 2012 through 2019, basically, I would be on the road on Saturday. I missed so many of my oldest son's soccer games from the age of 8 to 11 that's why I retired. In 2019, I believe my son was turning 13 or 14 years old. And the Lord said, you need to be home because your son needs you. Your wife not gonna be able to handle him by herself. You need to be home. So I retired from touring as a speaker. I retired at the top of doing sold out events around the world. Not only was I selling out events in every city I went to in America, but I was selling out events outside of the country. Selling out events in Canada, selling out events in South Africa, selling out events in the islands. So what y'all talking about, what these guys doing, they going around the country. I went and took my tour to Johannesburg, South Africa, 4 years in a row, or 3 years in a row. My tour went to Nairobi, Kenya. My tour went to Nassau and Freeport, Trinidad and Tobago. My tour went to Turks and Caicos. Well, I was booked there to speak. Montreal, Canada, Toronto, Canada. It's like I done already been there, done that. Like, that's absurd. That's asinine to say I'm jealous of these guys when I could literally go out there right now and shut everything down. Like, y'all got to realize, like, don't confuse confidence with arrogance. I know who I am. I got an audience. Like, go do the numbers for yourself. Anybody that you think I'm jealous of, go count up their audience. Go count up they TikTok, they Instagram, they Twitter, they Facebook, they YouTube. Since you got all the answers, since y'all the haters, y'all got all the answers, you know so much. Go count it up. Go count it up. And you gonna see who audience bigger. But not only bigger, who married. Going on 19 years of marriage. So what you got to realize is there is no competition if I wanted to compete. Like, who gonna compete with me at 19 years of marriage, 41 years old, with no scandals? Like, who is going to compete with me? Like, you gotta really use your head. You gotta really think about this. I got 1.8 million followers on Facebook alone. On Facebook alone, and I don't even post on Facebook no more. I stopped posting on Facebook regularly in 2016. Do you know when I stopped posting on Facebook? My Facebook page was reaching 20 million people a week. I went on vacation one time for 10 days, and I didn't post a single time. When I came back, Facebook say your page reached 10 million people, and I didn't even post. See, y'all got to understand that when God called you, ain't nobody gonna be mad but the devil. That's why anybody who say that my spirit don't sit right with them, that's all I need to know and see. Because how is somebody who married and 100% faithful, 100% faithful? The world we live in, you can't be in an affair and get away with it. These women, as soon as you fall asleep, they taking a picture and they uploading it. As soon as you start running them a check, they telling somebody. Ain't no man finna pay no woman. And if a man paying a woman, he not finna get away with it forever without his wife seeing it. So it's like, and you think I'm finna come on here and talk every single day? But this is what a lot of people don't realize. It's like, I don't have to tour because I have an online academy. TonyGassisAcademy.com. That academy in 1 year made over $900,000. Like, why would I tour when God gave me wisdom to get wealth? When God gave me the wisdom where I could stay home with my family? Because I don't need the praise. I don't need the applause. I don't need the hugs from women. I don't need all that. And that's why these guys be out here on tour to meet women. That's what y'all don't understand. They be on tour to meet women. When I was on tour, man, my skin used to crawl. Because I could feel the Jezebel spirit on some women. My skin used to crawl. Because I'm a faithful man. Oh, it would have been a blast. It would have been amazing if I was a cheating man. It would have been amazing. But I'm a faithful man, so my skin used to crawl. So if you got an academy, online academy, that could do over 900,000 in a year, why would you leave home? If you got a software as a service, like my site, mymentor.life, that could do 200,000 in a year, why would you leave home? When you got a YouTube that could do 250, 300 to $400,000 a year, depending on how many videos I'm upload, why would you leave home? That's not including one-on-one sessions. That's not including group sessions, mastermind group. Why would I leave home when I could live my purpose and do what God called me to do and be able to hang up the phone with you and then go get in the bed with my wife, go tuck my son in for bed and go get in the bed with my wife? Like, who am I jealous of? And y'all got to understand what men are jealous of. Men are jealous of money. And it's not one podcaster that's in my lane that earn more than me. So why would I be jealous? And I don't need numbers. I already got numbers. I got 3.5 million followers online. I don't need numbers. And people are like, oh, that's because you ain't relevant. It's like, I'm not trying to be relevant. I'm trying to be intentional. I'm trying to be purposeful. I'm not trying to be relevant. That's why when you go through my YouTube, you'll notice that I don't use thumbnails. I don't use keyword tags. My description box is my links. It's not a breakdown of my video for search engine optimization, which some of y'all don't know what that is. SEO. I don't do SEO on my YouTube. So I'm getting the reach off the muscle. Like if I added all the tricks to the trade and did custom thumbnails, keyword tags, search engine optimization, my page would be 10 times bigger than it is. I would be at 5 million subscribers if I did the tricks and the gimmicks that these other guys that I have called out because of their lifestyle when they was moving crooked, that y'all say I'm jealous of. If I did the tricks and the gimmicks, I got a TikTok with over 80,000 followers and I don't post on it. I don't even post on the TikTok. So what are y'all talking about? That I'm jealous. Like, why would I be jealous? It's like, they don't look better than me. Their wife don't look better than mine. They don't make no more money than me. Their audience is not bigger than mine. Their name is not more solid than mine, not more respected than mine. Like, y'all gotta realize that when a celebrity hire a life coach, I'm who they hire. The people y'all saying I'm jealous of, they not getting hired by celebrities. I done coached over 400 NBA players, probably over 200 NFL players, the MLB players, Major League Baseball, professional world champion boxers, Major League Soccer. One of my clients that play professional soccer in another part of the world right me now. I got basketball players in other parts of the world too, not just the NBA. You know why? That's because of building my name and my brand with integrity. The people y'all think I'm jealous of, they can't say that. So I have nobody to be jealous of. I would never be jealous of another man because God got for me what is for me. Like, that's crazy. Like, that sounds crazy, like, to be jealous. Like, I could see if I was sitting up here 300 pounds at 6 foot tall, you know, 400 pounds, and I'm sitting up here, you know, unhappy, involuntary celibate man, like, or got a wife that is terrible or very unattractive, or got kids that's out here, you know, dressing in drag or doing something like that. I could see if I had all that going on, then I could be jealous. I got 2 handsome sons that are star athletes in their own age group and respect, straight A students, never been in trouble, got an amazing wife, earn while I'm asleep without doing gimmicks, without, oh, do you know how much money I would make if I charge what Myron Golden charge? It's like, he say it's $40,000 to get on the phone with him for 1 hour. I get on the phone with my clients right now for $150, but I'm arrogant. What? Like, you sound stupid. You can't be nothing but the devil talking. And see, that's the thing, and that's why I really don't care who like me and who don't like me. I just want to make this video to help y'all understand how stupid you sound. Like, to really listen to yourself, like really hear yourself, and really ask yourself, like, man, yo, what do he have? What do he have to be jealous of? Relevancy? Like, that's fleeting. Like, what go up must come down. Like, I've been relevant since 2010. Like that's what a lame want. A lame want fame. I've always been him. Like, I've never, when I was coming up, we playing football, we playing basketball. In basketball, I averaged 22 points a game. The next guy behind me was 21 points a game. That was my homeboy who was taller than me. In football, I averaged 2-3 touchdowns a game. In high school, I averaged 10.2 yards a carry in football. Number 1 in the county, in one of the strongest football counties in Florida. Florida is a football state. Here I am in basketball averaging 20 points a game, in football averaging 10 yards a carry. Went to college on a full football scholarship, $30,000 a year. And did not even like football. So, and then here I am in playing football as a running back with an 8-pack of abs, 5'10", 160 pounds, 3% body fat. So who do I have to be jealous of? Like, you jealous of somebody when you never had no attention, when you never had no shine. Like, I still got the record at my high school for over 320 yards in one football game. Like, playing against other humans, not playing against babies, not playing against robots, playing against other humans. 320 yards in one game. Like, what do I have? Like, I was in the newspaper every single day, every week. I'm in the newspaper. It's like, it became so boring to me. I went to college, started selling drugs. I'm up there selling weed. Not nothing crazy. I'm up there stealing from the stores. I'm up there being a knucklehead. I got kicked off my football team after 3 years for being lazy, because I didn't even like football. Never loved football. Basketball was my first love, but I didn't get to play my senior year because my dad and my coach got into an argument, because my coach wouldn't let me sit out for 2 weeks because I hurt my ankle in my senior football season. And my dad said he need 2 weeks off from sports altogether. And the coach said he could sit out, but he need to come to practice. My dad said, no, I don't want him to even come to practice because I want to be able to just clear his head and just take 2 weeks off. Coach said no. So then my dad said, well, if he can't take 2 weeks off, I just won't let him play for you then. And the coach said, all right, then he won't play. And then both of them came to regret it. And the coach said, hey, man, you still could play if you want to. That just was between me and your dad. I said, all right, yeah, that's cool. My dad said, Tony, you could go play if you want to. That just me and your coach got into it. I said, all right, yeah, that's cool. I said, I'm going to take my dad's side. So I ain't played my senior year. So that killed the opportunity of me getting tape and being on the right standing with my coach to be able to shop my tape around the colleges and stuff like that. And so it's like, who am I going to be jealous of? Like, y'all got to understand the mindset of jealousy and where jealousy come from. Like, to be honest with you, I'm telling you, like, right here, only way I could feel jealousy, if jealousy was a thing, is if a man make more money than me. And it's clear cut make more money than me. Like, it's days that I wish I earned that 20, 30, 40, 50 million a year like these NBA players. But guess what? That day is gonna come. You know how I know that day gonna come? Because Steve Harvey done did it. Dr. Phil do it. That's how I know that day gonna come. I'm 41. They hit that in their 50s. That's how I know that day gonna come. So I ain't worried about it. Like, what? Jealous? Y'all stupid. Like, you sound crazy. And talking about egotistical. Let one person, let any person on here, any person on here who follow me online and you've seen me in person, put in the comments how I treated you when you seen me in person. How did I tell you no, I can't take a picture? Did I ignore you? You know, I done seen several women put in the comments about that Christy Scott, that when they met her in person, she was so rude and nasty. I done seen several women comment that. It's not a person on the face of this earth who could say they met me in person. And this from somebody who Facebook was reaching 80 million people a month, 20 million people a week. It's not a single person who could say they met me in person and I shunned them, I disrespected them, or I ignored them. Not a single soul. Because I am humble to my core. Why? Because Christ is humble. I serve Christ. I worship the Lord. So what y'all see is confidence and boldness, and y'all call that arrogance and ego. That's your insecurity, because you don't have confidence, because you don't have boldness, because you don't have a relationship with God. I call a spade, and I tell it like it is. And that's not gonna change. And when y'all go to running your mouth, guess what? All that do is let me know that I got the devil, that the Holy Spirit in me got the devil on the ropes, and that the devil mad. And when I see that the devil mad, oh, haymakers, now I'm finna be posting everywhere. Now I'm finna be posting all day, every day. Now I'm finna start doing the AI clips where the little thing that clip pieces of your video and put it on TikTok and Facebook. All right, okay, you mad? Oh, I'm arrogant. Oh, I'm egotistical. All right, y'all right now. Oh, you waiting on my marriage to fail? Oh, Tony, humble yourself. Your marriage can fail. No, my marriage can't fail unless my wife take a stupid pill, because I'm in control of my actions. And I treat my wife like a queen. And I didn't marry a harlot. So I treat her like a queen. She literally will have to go through a physical, mental health issue to mess up our marriage. I will have to go through a physical, mental health issue. But God is a God of love and of peace and a sound mind. Love, power, and a sound mind. And he is in the center of our relationship. Like, I've been over backwards for my wife. My wife get flowers every week. I massage her feet to put her to sleep. If I ain't massaging her feet, I'm massaging her scalp, massaging her neck, telling her she beautiful all day, every day. Like, she always, her account stay full to where she could shop. My wife turned 40 this year. She have not worked a job since she was 20. Like, what you talking about? Be humble. I am humble. That's why my marriage worked, dummy. That's why I'm going on 19 years of marriage this year. Because I am humble. Because I treat my woman like a queen. And then it's a lady come on here talking about, but on the yellow couch is a pillar in the community. How is somebody who went through a divorce for cheating, not for being cheated on, not for his ex-wife being a jerk and a butthole, he cheated on her multiple times, he said. How is that a pillar in the community? How in the world? So how you putting me down and lifting him up? That sounds like Satan right there. So how you finna bash a man that done had one wife, got married to her at 23, got 2 kids from that one wife, and ain't never been in no scandal, but yet somehow I'm working for the devil? Like, really make that make sense. Like, think about that now. Here we got somebody who cheat on their wife, go through a divorce, start a podcast, and admit over and over that they sleeping with women while they doing a podcast. And then it's people that literally take and put us in the same sentence. When I have never been in a scandal for cheating on my wife, never been through a divorce. Like, the man's own son came out and came on my page and was bashing his daddy, talking about his daddy is a narcissist. His daddy is a liar. His daddy is nasty. I ain't never had my grown son, who is 18 now, come out and bash me for nothing. Never. My kids ain't never bashed me online, and they got social media, but yet we the same? How? And it's like, it ain't that I want to be better than him, but it's like, at the same time, you can't take it conflate and try to say we the same, and then try to say, oh, Tony, you weren't perfect. I got married at 23 years old, before the brain, 2 years before the brain is even fully developed. What are you talking about? You comparing I got out the game at 21. I met my wife at 21 years old. You comparing a 21-year-old who is self-admittedly was a player to a man who was still fornicating in his 40s, and to another guy who in his late 30s or 40s fornicating. Somebody talking about, oh, Tony the Christian Derrick Jackson. What? Derrick Jackson cheated on his wife and went through a divorce. We not the same. Like, he came a decade after I had already been in the field doing the work, and came after me and got in a scandal before me. Like, what? Like, how is we the same? It's just because people be in messy social media, so they seen him. And those people who knew him and didn't know me, because I'm on a pure side of social media. I'm not in messy social media. Anytime I used to go to a Shade Room post, he would be in the comments. I never commented on Shade Room posts. I never was in messy media. I never was in no drama. Only time I got in drama is when I started calling people out. And then when I called out the guy who was doing the tonight's conversation, it's because he is doing love and relationship while not being married. No. Need to be doing business podcasts. Need to be doing finance podcasts. Do you see me calling out Wall Street Trapper? No. Because he doing business and finance, and he live it. I will be calling him out. I will be calling out Earn Your Leisure. I will be calling out all of them if they was doing something that's contrary to what they live in. They teaching on business and they doing big business. But you can't teach on love and relationships, healthy love and relationships, if you living in fornication past the age of 30, past the age of 35, past the age of 40. That's why you get called out by me. If you get in line, and do you see me calling out R.C. Blake's? No. And his YouTube is bigger than mine. His overall brand is not bigger than mine, but his YouTube is far bigger than mine. Do you see me calling him out? No, because he's married and he's faithful. So I don't have to call him out. Do you see me calling out any married and faithful man? No. So it's not about no jealousy. It's about righteousness. I am a Christian and I live for God. And if you come into the space and you talking about God and you leading Christians, you got Christians that's following you. And if you misleading them, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna call you out. Just like I called out Touré Roberts for divorcing his wife. Somebody talking about Touré wife divorced him. He divorced her. That's, y'all don't even be knowing what y'all talking about. I know Touré personally. Then went to his house with his ex-wife, to their house. Preached at his church 3 times. I know Keon Henderson personally. Y'all don't be understanding that I be calling people out that I have sat down and ate with. Because I'm on God's side. I don't have allegiance to man. I stand on the side of truth, and that's all I stand on. And if you on the side of truth, you ain't got no problem. You ain't gonna hear my mouth. You ain't gonna hear nothing from me if you living right and doing the right thing. Because that's my call, to call out fakes in the body of Christ. I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna eradicate. I'm gonna rid the body of the cancer. That's what I'm gonna do. People are like, oh, the Bible say don't judge. The Bible say judge not so that you be not judged. But when you live above reproach, meaning when you're not in fornication, when you're not in adultery, when you're not living in sin, when you're not living a life that's opposed to what you talk about, then can't nobody judge you. And if you judge me, I don't care. You just got to make sure that when it get turned back on you, that you ain't got nothing to be judged. That's what the Bible say. But I don't even judge because I ain't got no gavel. I ain't got no heaven or no hell to put you in. What I am is a voice of accountability. I'm a voice of reckoning. I'm a voice of warning before you crash out, before God have to put hands on you, before God have to sit you down, before God have to destroy you. I'm the voice in the wilderness crying out, telling you, get your life together, get your life right. But see, people who are in their lasciviousness, you got your dildos and you got your porn, you playing with yourself, you fornicating, you got your situationship. I ain't never offended nobody that's living righteous. Never. So when I offend you, that let me know what side you on. You telling me what your behind the scenes look like without having to tell me. Because the Holy Spirit ain't gonna grieve the Holy Spirit. When I speak, I'm speaking from the unction of the Holy Spirit. And I'm calling out the lies. I'm calling out the deception. I'm calling out the manipulation. And then these people go grab my videos and clip it up and take little pieces and then put it next to somebody else. Listen, my message, anybody who know my message, and then people be out here misquoting my message, talking about I done cheated on my wife. Go Google it. Go find it. Go find where you see a scandal of me cheating on my wife. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? You ain't never heard me say I cheated on my wife. You ain't never heard me say that. My wife left me for going back to selling drugs, not for cheating. So get y'all story straight. Be coming over here ear hustling and then hearing half of the story and running to tell a lie. Don't even know what you talking about. Me and my wife ain't never been divorced and had to get back together. When me and my wife broke up, it was after 2 months. In the first 2 months. And that's because both of us came out of another relationship that we hadn't fully healed from. And we just happened to meet and hit it off. And it's like 6 months later, we bumped back into each other. Accidentally, which obviously was God now that I look back on it. And we got married 10 months later and been together ever since. So it's like, how y'all using my story that I told you? Do you know what I mean? Think about that. How you using my story that I told you and using it wrong? And I'm 41 years old and I'm telling you about something when I was 21. And then you comparing me to men who be cheating in their 30s and 40s and 50s. Men who on their second and third marriage. Men who ain't never been married and over the age of 35. Men who still in fornication. Men who still dragging a woman down the street and won't marry her. And putting us in the same sentence, talking about we doing the same kind of work. No. The message only valid if the messenger valid. So if the messenger is talking, and then y'all have real life narcissists and the real life gaslighters and the real life manipulators twisting y'all up in a pretzel to where you calling fake real. Like, how dumb do that look? Like, when you look on paper, if my confidence didn't offend your insecurity, and you looked on paper, and one man got married at 23 years old, had 2 sons with his wife, never been in a scandal, been married 19 years, and another man who is in his 30s doing love and relationship talks, just like the other guy who married for 19 years, but the other guy doing love and relationships and not married, but touring around the country talking about love and relationships, you looking at a piece of paper, which one you finna listen to? But see, you let my confidence offend your insecurity because I probably look like somebody that did you wrong. Probably look like somebody that cheated on you. Because I be checking these guys and putting them in their place. And when they get loud, tell them, hey, pipe down. Take that bass out your voice when you talking to me, boy. Don't talk to me, don't disrespect me. Don't be yelling at me. We having a back and forth. Don't be yelling at me. Like, you hear me raising my voice? If I ain't raising my voice, don't raise your voice. And people got afraid because y'all so used to these sissy men. Y'all so used to these effeminate men that when you see a man that stand on business and you see a man that's not finna let another man raise his voice at him when he not raising his voice, oh, that offends you. When you see a man call a man out who is single and keep talking about he gotta fornicate every 7 to 8 weeks, he in fornication, but he doing a Christian podcast and interviewing all Christians, and then you get mad because I said a man's name wrong and I say I don't like his name. You know why? Because I don't like nobody's name if you living in willing sin, but you using the name of the Lord. I don't give you no respect. But you see, when he got married, I call him by his name when he got married. And we grown men and y'all acting like I'm bullying a grown man. How am I bullying a grown man about his name? It's like, be real. We grown men, like black men that went through so much in this world. If somebody saying something about your name offend you, oh, the world finna bend you over and do you dirty. It's like, come on, let's be real. But at the same time, that was intentional because I don't respect when men have a platform and they not living what they being taught. They not living by the belief system that they say they believe in. If a man say he a Christian and he going in the pulpit to be a guest preacher on Sundays, but is living in fornication, I'm not gonna respect that. And nobody should. But y'all so lukewarm, and I ain't talking to my supporters, I'm talking to the nosy people that's coming over here and be watching all my videos but not subscribe so they can run and twist my story and tell half of the story in the comments of the videos that be hating on me. Be going over there, I mean, with bold-faced lies. Oh, Tony cheated on his wife. He said he cheated on his wife. What? Where you ever heard me say that? Like, find that. Tony say his wife left him for cheating. It's like, what? Like, what do y'all be coming up with this stuff from? Like, what in the world is you talking about? And then this the thing. We so scared for a black man to be pure to where, but the video one of my supporters sent me, it was a good amount of people in there that was like, I stand with Tony. Tony ain't told now lie. He done been out here for 2 decades. I done been out here 18 years now. So for those of y'all who did not know, I've been doing this since 2007. The man y'all say I'm hating on just published his first book, or first real traditional book deal. My first book was published in 2007. I done published over 20 books. It's like, what do I have to compete with? What do I have to be jealous of? Like, be real. Like, what y'all got to do is get you some confidence. Get you a belief system. Get you something you could stand on. Get you something you could believe in. Get you something that you live by. Get you a conviction. Get you something that you gonna stand on. And guess what? Now Now y'all about to make me treat my wife even better. I already treat her 10 out of 10. Now I'm finna treat her 20 out of 10. Now you finna really be mad. And then guess what? Need somebody, take this here link, put these links of my videos, put them on, take it to video or whatever it is, clip up them clips, send it to me, I'm posting on TikTok. Now I'm finna run TikTok up. They took my algorithm because my message was too real. They say you can't say this on TikTok because they want it to be playful. Message was too real. But hey, I'm almost home. Got to coach my client. And to y'all who be talking about, Tony, don't respond to these haters. Don't respond to that. Listen to me. I shuts the devil up. The Bible say respond once because you might say they lie. You respond twice, now you become a fool. I'm paraphrasing. But what you got to realize, it don't bother me responding to the haters because I want them to stand corrected. I want them to know what they talking about and know that they don't know what they talking about and to have their story straight. I want them to be able to realize and understand that no, me and my wife have never broken up or got a divorce because of me cheating. And know that I ain't on my second marriage. And no, I don't have any illegitimate kids. None of that right there. And no, I'm not jealous of these guys who I could literally, if I wanted to, run circles around. If I want to compete with who could fill up the most arenas, who could have the biggest podcast, it's like I speak common sense and I live it. So you can't compete with that. Like if I want to go out here and start a message, like I got so many, like it was a guy on Instagram. When I got on Instagram, he had 400,000 followers. Rob Hill Sr. It was in a few months I caught him and passed him, starting from zero. And at that time, he was the other relationship coach, but he was, again, single. It's like a lie can't stand next to the truth. But you know why? It was because the celebrities, they believed me. Because they looked and they saw, well, both of these guys talking about love and relationship, but one of them is married with kids from his wife. Like living what he teaching. And the other one is single, traveling around the country, doing engagements. And so that's what happened with these other guys. That's why when somebody really need a coach, I'm the one that they come to. Because no matter how you feel about my confidence, at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. 41 years old, 19 years married, no scandals, been doing this 18 years. The proof is in the pudding. So it's like, if you want to go to somebody that's less qualified, that's less proven, that they've been out here cheating and lying and manipulating and all of that, go right ahead. Go right ahead. Like, that's not my competition. I don't compete with people who don't live what they teach and people who don't live the right way. I don't compete with them. I expose them. I call them out. And it ain't about no jealousy. Cause I could do anything I want to do. If I want to go tour, I could go tour. Like, y'all seen, I let my audience have a piece of my channel, a piece of my YouTube. I give back to the people. I give back to the community. When I raised that right there, 500,000, I could have produced any podcast, any tour I wanted to. I don't have a desire to do that. So y'all sound stupid. It's like, get your life together. Get your mind right. Like, really, start comparing apples to oranges. Stop thinking somebody jealous just because somebody speak up and somebody stand on principles and stand on the word of God. That makes somebody jealous. Because I'm calling out fornicating podcasters who preaching to Christian women, but fornicating. Like, that ain't jealousy. That's telling the truth. Like, what I'm be jealous of? Like, that right there is just mind-boggling to me. That's mind-boggling to me. It's like I'm trying to save the people who being deceived. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure, and guess what? It's a lot of people that woke up. After I called it out, it's a lot of people that came and said, Tony, you know what? I hadn't even thought about it. Like I hadn't even put two and two together. That here I am listening to this message and consuming this message, and this man not even living what he teaching. That this man in my face telling me he fornicating, but yet want me to listen to the messages he putting out there through his guests and want it to impact my life and change my life, but he's sitting right in front of them and it's not impacting their life. And then it took me calling him out for him to get married after that. Had I not called him out, he probably still would be single. That's what y'all don't realize. That's why I do what I do. Because when I speak, people listen and change happens. That's why I do what I do. And I'm going to keep speaking. And you will not see me put my foot in my mouth. My foot will be in your mouth before anything. So I want y'all to know, when y'all got my name in your mouth, all it do is make me go harder. All it do is make me work harder. All it do is show me that the devil is mad, and I'm finna turn it up another 100 degrees. I'm turning it up another 100 degrees. The way you gonna keep having to see me. You gonna keep having to hear me. And see, the thing about it is y'all don't understand. A lady asked me the other day, Tony, I used to like when you even put names in the algorithm. In the thing, what happened? What changed? I say, I'm calling the man by his name instead of the yellow couch guy. But also, this is what you got to realize. I was hiding. I didn't put the names in there because I didn't want my channel to be seen. I didn't want to grow. But now the Lord say, listen, you got to grow. You got to get back out there because you the only one telling the truth. The way you telling it. The way you putting it down. You the only one that's not afraid to call out anybody. You the only one. That's what the Lord is saying. He said, you are one-on-one. You the only one with over 3 million followers online that ain't afraid. That will call out anybody that ain't living by my word. Anybody who living hypocritical, you the only one. You are one of one. That's what the Lord said. So the Lord say, call them out by name. Because when you playing nice and the devil don't play foul. Because when they want to talk about you on the other side of the aisle, they definitely use your name in the title. They definitely use your name, use your picture in the thumbnail. The Lord say, no, you got to be bold. If you finna work for me, you got to be bold. Don't be out here playing nice. Don't be out here being soft. You got to be bold. The Lord say, if you notice, all I used was killers. Moses was a killer. David was a killer. Solomon was a killer. Paul was a killer. The Lord say, all I used was killers. Men who was not afraid to call out any and everything. The Lord say, you built like that. So you got to stop hiding. You got to stop running from it. You got to accept your calling and trust that I'm going to keep you. Trust that I'm going to take care of you. Trust that I'm going to send the people who you need to support you. Stop trying to be man friend. Stop trying to befriend these hypocrites and these liars and these proselytizers and do what I call you to do. That's what the Lord told me coming out of 2025. So that's why you finna see me on fire. And if you don't like me, guess what? I don't care. Keep it to yourself. Take it and wipe your behind with it. Flush your toilet and stuff it up. Scratch your booty and get glad. I'm finna be out here on 1,000 just for you, hater. God bless you. We coming.